Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 6 viewer-submitted levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 more viewer-submitted levels, starting out with this one. Weapon Capsule Relay 7 by YouTube Social HD 2, with 10 plays and a score tree. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check out the levels covered, expand the description. So this is the 7th in the series of Weapon Capsule Relay stages done by this author. And just like with the previous ones in the series, it's really easy. In fact, it's easier than several of them. There weren't that many enemies to dispatch of here. My favorite one in the series is the one where we swap between each of the characters upon gaining a new special weapon. Second level on the lineup is Hidden Flooded Palace Flooded Halls by Gokuless, with 14 plays and a score of 0. This is an update to the previous level I played by Gokuless, Hidden Flooded Palace, and this one is split into 2 different stages. The first one is titled Flooded Halls, and the second one is titled Chamber Depths. I will be playing Chamber Depths right after this one. And they were split into 2 different levels, as otherwise the full stage would lag everywhere. The first stage is 52 screens long. Well, technically 48, as the first 4 screens are shared between the 2 levels. So for this stage, we're going to be exploring the temple outskirts, as well as the flooded hallways. Oh, and I see. In the original stage, the routes for the Mega Buster only route, as well as the Weapon Capsule Relay routes, were almost completely separate, outside near the entrance and at the end of the stage. So for this level, Flooded Halls, the pathway to the Weapon Capsule Relay route is barred off, so we're forced to take the Mega Buster only route. So I suppose on the Chamber Depths level, we will be exploring the Weapon Capsule Relay route, and the pathway to the Mega Buster only route will be barred off. checkpoint placement of this stage is on point. I have no way of accessing that ladder though. I don't have access to any rush utilities after all. So I guess up there is an Easter egg or something. As well as up over here, because I won't gain access to the rush coil on this route. And I suppose this is the halfway route of this level. Oh, never mind, we fight the boss immediately. Oh, and this is indicating the fact that Toadman is weak against the Elect Beam. But sadly, I don't have access to Elect Beam here. I should have destroyed those wall blasters first. But somehow I pulled through. Even though this stage was 52 screens long, it really didn't feel like it. It was very straightforward, pretty solid. It's now time to check out the weapon capsule relay route. Already, the Mega Buster route is better than the original Mega Buster route. Oops, I'd like to issue a correction. I mixed up my notes a bit. Flooded Hallways is actually 48 screens long, whereas Chamber Depths is actually 52 screens long. And whereas the original stage took place in the daytime, this is taking place on daybreak or sunset. As expected, the route to the Mega Buster only pathway is barred off by those gold blocks, and now the pathway to the weapon capsule route is opened up. We first gain access to the water wave, which underwater means that we gain access to the really powerful water shotgun. Because of that, it makes it my favorite water-based weapon in Mega Man Maker currently. And make sure to pay attention to these fake walls, so you can gain access to the other weapons in the chain. Need to be a bit careful here so I don't fall into the pit. Good checkpoint placement as always, and it loops up back over here. So down we go this time. If we didn't gain access to the dive missile earlier, we'd be forced to go to the right. And just like the original stage, the weapon capsule relay route actually has two sub-routes. One of which is where you gain access to all special weapons in the chain, and another one of which is you are forced to go on if you miss one special weapon in the chain. So in effect, this stage, especially the original one, has three separate routes. Overall, this is a rather pleasant level. None of the sections are too difficult. Most of them are rather straightforward. Although I'd say the weapon capsule relay route is a bit harder, because it somewhat assumes you understand how these special weapons work already, especially with the item tree route. Just wanted to double check what I was missing. Not much. And I do like how there are a lot of these weapon capsule respawners here, so this stage really incentivizes you to use special weapons. Oh, I remember this room. This was a lot more painful doing it as Proto Man. Well, at least the leaf shield just tears through all of them. I don't remember the weapon respawners being here, so that's also an improvement. This is where the stage gets a little bit more difficult with the addition of a lot more bottomless pits, as well as Shadow Man platforms and pole eggs. So make sure you have the leaf shield enabled if you have it. Oh wow, the leaf shield can actually delete the Whopper's rings. That's amazing. Overall, most of the level design of the stage is rather familiar, but I'd say that several of the tweaks made make this stage a lot better. Unlike the previous stage, this certainly feels a lot longer, although that may be because of all the twists and turns, and also because I think we're gaining access to more special weapons. Like, I don't recall gaining access to the quick boomerang in the original level. I want to double check what's down over here. Oh, wait a minute, I overlooked something. I want to have Hard Knuckle first. It's probably down one of the cisterns, like here. And I suppose having access to the Hard Knuckle will grant me access to the Thunder Beam. And instead of fighting Toadman here, we fight Hardman, so that's different. Well, this is bad. And and it seems that Hardman is weak against his own weapon here. I am missing one special weapon in the chain, I think. Or maybe not, because I see there's one free spot over there after Hard Knuckle. I suppose I didn't overlook something, so I guess that was the end one in the series. Overall, this was a pretty fun stage. Definitely improved over the original, especially on the weapon capsule relay route. So great work, Gokuless. Fourth level on the lineup is No Hit Wonder Cossact Edition, No Cossact Needed, by Fantomp, with 19 plays and a score of 0. So one of these levels I see, where we need to go through the majority of it at 1 HP. And we start out with no offensive special weapons. We only have access to the Time Slow, Magnet Beam, and items 1 through 3. We do have infinite Magnet Beam energy though. And I see checkpoint placement is rather generous. I will need to do a quick reset at every one of these checkpoints, so I don't instantly die. This time I'm left with 3 HP. Yep, checkpoint placement here is very generous. I don't mind it though, as Death is lurking around every corner. It didn't slow down these platforms though for some reason. That wasn't too bad after all. I mean, I guess I'm near the boss fight now. Yes, I am. We need to send Bomberman into the ceiling. As such, that was a rather easy boss fight, and you can make it even easier if you use the Time Slow. Okay, that was close. I'll still count that as a win, even though Mega Man Maker didn't count this as a win. This was a short but sweet, perfect run stage, or rather a one-hit wonder stage. It wasn't that difficult overall. I'd say that this is a nice intro to the one-hit wonder concept, especially due to its checkpoint placement and the fact that the challenges aren't too difficult, and how you can dispatch most enemies pretty easily. Plus you have access to infinite magnet beam as well as all the items. Fifth level on the lineup is Bomberman and His Adoring Fans with Few Fixes by BoltGreywing, with 17 plays and a score of 1. Now I apologize that I wasn't able to complete your previous level. I got stuck in one section and I erroneously called it a badly designed one. It just didn't fit my gameplay style. It is doable, but I'm not that skilled in that area of doing precise jumping, or rather tap jumping. I can make the jump, but I'd rather play it safe here. Oh, and that's an early end for the stage. That's a bit different. I do want to conserve my Mega Buster energy for the boss fight. Somehow I was able to make it through that ladder grab segment in one go. I wonder what's down over here. That, as well as an early exit. I'll ignore it and see what's to the right. A boss fight against Bomberman, and a whole series of batons. Oh, this room structure is going to cause a few problems, as well as Bomberman's erratic jumping patterns. I do have a lot of restores down over here, so that'll be helpful. This is doable Buster only damageless, but it takes a lot of skill. Skill that I don't have. I'm not Rome Mithril or Kevil after all. If Bomberman didn't jump around the arena this much, this fight would be a lot easier. It was an okay stage overall, and I did like how we have an early exit in case players can't defeat Bomberman. But of course, there are several weapon capsules and life energy capsules down over there, so even if you die, you'll still get a full restocking on your next attempt. So, 6th and final level to part is Secret Fortress by MAGMAX, with 35 plays and a score of 9. And instead of the Mega Buster, we have infinite usage of the Metal Blade. some tight spike quarters here. Now in the opposite direction. The way I'm going, so... Well, this was easier than the last challenge. Just make sure not to slide off the pit there. And checkpoint placement is very generous. So even if you die, you don't lose that much progress. There's one checkpoint after every section. And that was just my fault. I jumped way too early there. Okay, there's spikes on the right side of the screen there. This will take a few attempts knowing my history with the spike hitboxes. Oh, that's why. Kind of a nasty surprise from the left, but I won't complain too much because there's a checkpoint at the beginning of that section. Wasn't too bad, even though I died a lot throughout this stage. Because the checkpoint density was so high, I didn't lose that much progress. And there we have it. Thankfully, Woodman took double damage against the Metal Blade, otherwise this fight would be more monotonous. Also, because I had access to Metal Blade, it pierced right through those tellies, making this fight less annoying. This was a short, spike-heavy stage, but because of the checkpoint density, it really worked well with the challenges here, and their high frequency of instant death, so I will give this a thumbs up. So overall, out of the 6 levels I covered in this part, my favorite levels would be, well, both halves of Hidden Flooded Palace, those being flooded halls as well as chamber depths, both by Gokuless. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more viewer submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!